Hi, this is Sidra, and you're watching me on your YouTube channel Trends 21 by Sidra Rajab. It's a good day because we are going to touch another level. We are going to start our level 2 now. I hope you're also happy. And the bad thing for the naughty students, I feel, is that you can turn off anytime. Means you can turn off my video anytime. So we are losing the liberty to teach in a way as we were facing from our teachers. Now, without wasting any time, let's move towards today's topic, that this is the start of level 2. What we are doing now? We are doing a little higher lessons, means you are going to follow a little more and you are going to pay heed a little more seriously towards the lessons, because these are all the stories, and story plays a very important role in our life. But before starting, I should give you an example. Put a cup on the table and speak about it. If I give you a task, put a cup on the table and speak about it, what will you do? You'll just see one side that is visible to you and you will start speaking about that cup. My point is that try to be a little sharper and imagine yourself on the opposite side. Means try to see the things from others' angles also. Give a chance to others also to prove themselves. Please don't claim that you are watching the right side. So majority of these stories are showing you the tragedy, and then there is a rise of humanity. I hope you are understanding. My intention is to pull out your voices from your throats and to enable your ears listening your stories, your voices, and you feel confident. So if you want to be a fluent English speaker, you'll have to be very attentive and confident. If you are not going to learn anything rapidly, you will get it after a little time. Everybody takes his own time. Some students are slower, some are very sharper, and some are outstanding. So be sure about it that your category could be belonging to the slower ones, but you will get the goal one day. There was a mob of people who came for a job interview for the post of a driver. The vacancy of a driver's post is not little, as we see in general. Means here we see the people with foreign driving experiences, the licenses, the long examples of their journeys, and the confident and qualified people are also applying. Means this is not a simple thing that you are coming for the post of a driver. There should be a very big agency or a company or a very big man, means a very famous man, who needs a very particular driver for his for his company. So if at one side the salary packages are very high, on the other side people are very interested to grab this job, and even they are confused also because they are in a worry that it could be over any time, because every candidate could be a difficult one, a tricky one. Just see why it all is happening. Means what is the strategy? Generally we see that interviews are running on, and every candidate knows that the results will be announced after all the interviews and they will choose one candidate. But in here we see that they have proclaimed it, they have announced it, they're going to stop the interview if they find the right one. Means the interviewer is very sharp. Now just see what happens next. With an impressive appearance, good looks, dashing personality, a qualified young man was almost selected in the eyes of every candidate. He was very efficiently asking questions to the others, means the candidates, and he himself was proud of his appearances, his qualification and experience. He told everybody that he had been driving in different countries. Now the game was that everybody was fearful for this candidate, and they were to some extent praying that he must not had been appeared in the interview. But he had to, Some competent ladies were having loud makeups and made their looks very sharpened because they were thinking that this was the only tool to win the goal. Okay. One even claimed that she could be working 24/7, means she was ready to grab the job at any cost. And that's why she was displaying herself in a way that she was very efficient. You can call it over efficient. Everything was normal except of one thing, that there was a man sitting quietly and he was having a broken arm. He was sitting in the corner. His prominent eyes were disturbing the people. Probably he was an intelligent man or not, nobody was understanding what was in his brain. He was very polite. He was having a meaningful smile on his face. He was not interested in anyone's stories. Even he was not paying heed to the words of that dashing man who was roaming all around. Most of the people thought that he came for any other post, but when they asked him questions, they were surprised to know that he was also appearing for the post of the same driver. People mocked him. People started taking interest in his personality. It was passing their time at one hand, and on the other hand, they were feeling very confident because of that man. Because for sure, this man was not at all selected for them. The story proceeds when that attractive and dashing man came near to this old man, old broken man. He came near to the old man and he said, "Hello, sir. For sure I am going to be selected, but I want to make sure that you make a contact with me in future because I am taking care of many people, means many poor people. I could be very useful for you if you wish." The old man was watching that young man with expressionless eyes. He was not interested in what the man was saying. One by one, everybody went inside and came out. When the woman with sharp looks went inside, she proclaimed before going inside, "For sure I am getting this job." She came back with a mournful face, means she was sad while coming back. People's hearts were beating badly when the young man went inside. It was the turn of that dashing man, finally. It was astonishing and surprising for everyone that he was not selected. When he came back, he was waiting that the owner of the company will come out and proclaim that he has been selected. But no, he was not. He decided to wait there until he came to know that who would be the winner of the game. Now everybody was interested to know that who would be the winner. Candidates were just shocked to see the falling confidence of that man. But they were a little more relaxed because they were hopeful for themselves now. Now there is a twist in the story that everybody has passed through the interviewer's room and just that broken man is left alone. People were sorry to see that he will also be going inside and definitely would be insulted by the authority, as they were all. Astonishingly, he came back from the room of the interviewers and he was smiling and he announced that he was selected. The dashing man stood up and he almost shouted, "This is unjustified. It's a foul. How could you be selected? You are an old man with broken bones. You have no experience. You never drove in foreign. You don't know the rules of other countries. You are a local man. How is it possible?" The old man smiled. He was not having anything to say. As the owner of the company was informed that there were numerous people, almost all the candidates were waiting outside, and they wanted to know that why did that broken man was selected. The owner came out and with the smiling face he replied to the people. He said, "This broken man is having broken bones and he has done numerous accidents in his life. I was expecting a man to choose who had done several accidents in his life, because an accident is a real experience rather than the gold medals which most of you are having." Everybody was just surprised to see this new side. Means, the example I was giving you in the beginning, that just put a cup on the table and try to see this from the other's angles also. So this was the other angle of the life, because if you are having gold medals and if you are having very good memories, that doesn't mean that you are experienced. If you are having numerous slaps on your faces, if you are having many downfalls, you are experienced. I hope you have understood what I meant. Now, people were ashamed of their proclamations, of their mocking attitudes towards that old man. And that old man was having tears in his eyes because he knew that he was having so many slaps on his face because of his past. But yes, he was sure that he knew how to turn and where to turn the vehicle and how to drive better than those who were having gold medals. Very nice. Finally, the owner of the company wanted Broken Man to speak some words, to which he denied, and with weeping eyes, he said, "I was not sure I will be the selected one." It actually increased his dignity. And the story is ended now. Again, we have passed through an experience. I'm sure that you have enjoyed the stories. Today, I just want to tell you that there is another meaning of experience. For example, when you are going for a job interview, they will not ask you the experience in this way as I am telling you. Because experience in the eyes of others, in the eyes of general interviewers, is that how many medals do you have? How many good memories do you have? In my opinion and in my father's opinion, he taught me this lesson, that experience doesn't mean anything good. Experience doesn't mean that how many fruits you are having in your bucket. Experience means how many times did you fall? How many times were you kicked out by others? How many times were you slapped? How many times were you failed? So today we have learned a new lesson of life, and I'm sure that you have enjoyed the story. If you haven't, I cannot do anything. So I'm going to tell you the message of the story, about which you will talk at least 5 minutes to yourself in front of the mirror. The message of the story is that you are having always a second chance, even with your broken bones. You are never broken. You are never gone. You are never finished until you leave your breath. If you are breathing and you are alive, you can take a restart. At last, I'm having one question to which you are seriously going to solve. Don't think that this is just a question. You'll have to stand in front of the mirror and try to answer this question. Besides this question, you'll have to stand up in front of the mirror. You can sit also. You'll have to retell the story to yourself in front of the mirror. Be sure about it. Even if you are having turned on the flash, it is good that you are making your own movie. And then tell yourself that you have what you have read about in the whole story. Now to see the question, if you catch an accident means a failure, what would you choose? Still being failed or relive? the simple answer is that definitely you will not be entangled in the same situation and you'll try to relive and this and that. No, I don't need such a short answer. I wish that you tell yourself an other story that happens to you. Definitely you have got some failure in your life. You tell yourself, how did you come out of that failure? Talk to yourself. My target is that you are just keep on speaking to yourself. While signing off, I am having one thing in my brain that thanks for subscribing my channel and keep on asking me questions in comment section. I'll definitely be answering you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.